Hello everyone! I'm Jennifer O. Madelo from BSN2F at University of Rizal System, Taytay Campus. And today, we're exploring why biodiversity matters and how science, nature, and society are all connected. Biodiversity is the variety of all living things. Plants, animals, and even the smallest microorganisms. Biodiversity is what makes our planet thrive. Hi everyone! For this presentation, we are exploring biodiversity and the interconnection of science, nature, and society. Biodiversity refers to the variety of life on Earth, including species richness and ecosystem diversity. Today, we will explore its importance, key components, and the symbiotic relationship with society, science, and nature. Additionally, we will discuss how biodiversity supports well-being and the ways we can help protect and sustain it. To start, let us first define biodiversity, also known as biological diversity. The term comes from bio, meaning life, and diversity, meaning variability. Simply put, biodiversity is the variety of all living things. Plants, animals, fungi, and even microorganisms. It also includes the genetic information they contain or carry and the ecosystems they form, all working together to keep nature in balance. There are three main components of biodiversity: genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. Each plays a critical role in maintaining the balance of nature and ultimately our own survival. Let's dive into what makes each level of biodiversity so important. First is genetic diversity. Genetic diversity refers to the variation of genes within a species. It's what makes us all unique. This diversity is crucial because it enables populations to adapt to environmental changes, resist diseases, and ensure long-term survival. A species with greater genetic diversity has a better chance of thriving in changing conditions, while low genetic diversity can make populations more susceptible to extinction due to factors like climate change, habitat destruction, and emerging diseases. This is why genetic diversity is essential for nature's ability to adapt and thrive. Next is species diversity. It refers to the variety of different species within a given area, encompassing both the number of species, species richness, and their relative abundance, species evenness. Species diversity is essential for maintaining balanced ecosystems as each species plays a unique role. Some decompose organic material, others pollinate plants, and some regulate predator-prey relationships. However, when a species disappears, it creates a ripple effect that can disrupt entire ecosystems. That's why protecting species is so important, whether it's saving endangered animals or restoring habitats. Every effort contributes to maintaining the balance of life on Earth. And lastly, ecosystem diversity. This refers to the variety of ecosystems within a geographic area or location. Different ecosystems, such as forests, wetlands, and grasslands, provide unique habitats that support a wide range of species. So each ecosystem, whether it's a rainforest, coral reef, or desert, has its own climate, resources, and species interactions. These ecosystems don't exist in isolation. They are interconnected, supporting both wildlife and human life. When one ecosystem is damaged, the effects ripple outward, leading to climate instability, loss of resources, and disruptions in food and water supply. That's why preserving ecosystem diversity is just as crucial as protecting the species within them. Now, let's proceed to why is biodiversity important. Biodiversity is essential because it keeps our ecosystems functioning, provides vital resources, and helps regulate natural processes. Biodiversity maintains ecological balance by supporting food chains and natural cycles, ensuring that species interactions remain stable. Every organism, from the tiniest insect to the largest predator, has a role in nature. When species disappear, the entire system can be thrown off, making ecosystems weaker and more vulnerable to disasters like floods, wildfires, and climate change. A biodiverse environment is more resilient, meaning it can recover and adapt more effectively to challenges. But biodiversity isn't just about nature. It directly impacts our daily lives. It provides essential resources that we rely on for survival. The food we eat, whether it's fresh vegetables, seafood, or livestock, all come from biodiversity-rich ecosystems. Many life-saving medicines, including antibiotics and cancer treatments, are derived from plants and microorganisms. And beyond food and medicine, biodiversity also fuels industries supplying timber for construction, fibers for clothing, and biofuels for energy. Without these resources, economies would struggle and human well-being would be at risk. Beyond resources, biodiversity also regulates natural processes that sustains life. Forests, wetlands, and oceans act as natural filters, cleaning our air and water by absorbing pollutants. Plants help regulate the climate by capturing carbon dioxide, slowing down global warming. Even the soil beneath our feet is full of life, preventing erosion and maintaining fertility so that crops can grow. If we disrupt these natural processes, we'll face serious consequences: food shortages, unclean water, and worsening climate conditions. At the end of the day, biodiversity is about more than just saving wildlife. It's about securing our future. If we want a healthy planet for generations to come, protecting biodiversity needs to be a priority. Now, let's move on to symbiosis, a fundamental concept that helps us understand how society, science, and nature are deeply connected. So, what is symbiosis? The term symbiosis was first defined in 1873 by German botanist Anton de Bary as the living together of differently named organisms. Simply put, it refers to a close and often beneficial relationship between two or more different species. But symbiosis doesn't just apply to animals and plants. It extends to our world as a whole. Just as different organisms rely on each other to survive, human society, science, and nature form an interconnected system where each influences and depends on the other. Now, let's proceed to the symbiotic relationship with society, science, and nature. The first one is biodiversity and society. Biodiversity directly impacts human life and culture. Many rural and indigenous communities rely on forests, rivers, and oceans for their survival, using biodiversity for food, medicine, and spiritual practices. Biodiversity also plays a vital role in economic growth. Agriculture, fishing, and forestry depends on healthy ecosystems. Additionally, ecotourism, where people visit natural landscapes and wildlife reserves, provides jobs and revenue while promoting conservation efforts. Losing biodiversity could threaten these industries and the livelihoods of millions. Next is the symbiotic relationship with science. Scientific research on biodiversity has led to numerous medical breakthroughs. Many life-saving drugs, such as antibiotics and anti-cancer treatments, originate from plant and animal compounds. In agriculture, biodiversity helps maintain resilient crops and livestock that can withstand climate changes, pests, and diseases. Studying biodiversity also aids in conservation efforts by providing insights into how ecosystems function and how they can be restored after human disturbances. And last is the symbiotic relationship with nature. Biodiversity is crucial for maintaining ecological balance. Predators control prey populations, preventing overgrazing and habitat destruction. Plants absorb carbon dioxide, regulate temperature, and release oxygen, making life possible. Decomposers such as fungi and bacteria break down dead organisms, returning nutrients to the soil and supporting plant growth. Without biodiversity, ecosystems would become unstable, leading to habitat degradation and species extinction. And now, let us proceed to how biodiversity supports well-being. Biodiversity has a direct impact on human health and well-being. Access to green spaces such as forests and parks has been proven to reduce stress, improve mood, and enhance overall mental health. Many modern medicines, including painkillers and antibiotics, are derived from plants and animals found in nature. Ecotourism supports local economies while encouraging conservation, and biodiversity in agriculture ensures a stable and nutritious food supply. A diverse diet rich in different plant species provides essential nutrients, reducing the risk of malnutrition and food shortages. And now, let's proceed to the last part of our presentation on how we can help protect and sustain biodiversity. We can all play a part in protecting and sustaining biodiversity. And it starts with small but meaningful actions. The first one is the reduce, reuse, and recycle. The less we throw away, the less strain we put on natural resources. By recycling, reusing, and reducing waste, we can help prevent pollution and protect ecosystems. These small habits reduce the demand for raw materials and conserve the habitats of countless species. The next one, support conservation efforts. There are many organizations and initiatives dedicated to preserving wildlife and natural habitats. Supporting them, whether through donations, volunteering, or simply spreading the word, makes a big impact. These groups work on the front lines to protect endangered species and restore ecosystems. Next, promote sustainable practices. We can make a difference by choosing sustainable products in our daily lives. This can be anything from purchasing sustainably sourced food and materials to supporting eco-friendly companies. By prioritizing sustainability, we help reduce the harmful effects of overconsumption on the environment. The next one is protect natural habitats. It's essential to conserve the spaces where wildlife live. That means protecting forests, wetlands, oceans, and other natural areas from destruction. Supporting policies that stop deforestation, prevent pollution, and restore damaged ecosystems is the key to maintaining biodiversity. And the last one is to educate and advocate. The more we understand biodiversity and its importance, the more we can spread that knowledge. Whether it's through conversations with friends, community involvement, or advocacy for stronger environmental policies, raising awareness is a powerful tool. We can all be voices for nature, encouraging others to take action too. By embracing these actions or steps, we can all contribute to the protection of our planet's incredible diversity of life, ensuring it thrives for future generations. In the grand web of life, biodiversity is the invisible thread that holds everything together. It sustains our ecosystems, nourishes our bodies, and fuels scientific advancements, and even shapes our culture. But its future and ours depends on the choices we make today. Imagine a world where forests continue to thrive, oceans remain full of life, and future generations inherit a planet as rich and vibrant as ours. That future is in our hands. Every small action, choosing sustainability, supporting conservation, or simply spreading awareness makes a difference. So let's not wait until it's too late. Protecting biodiversity means protecting life itself. Our food, our air, our climate, and our future. Together, we can be the change that ensures a thriving planet for generations to come. Thank you everyone for your time and attention. Let's continue to learn, take action, and be advocates for the world we share.